Ever wonder the best way to feed and prepare Bones & Co. Keto Raw for your dog? How much to feed, how far in advance to thaw? In this video, I'm gonna address all the common questions about feeding Bones & Co. Now, before we jump into the how, I must address the why, because we formulate a very low carb, high in healthy fat, rich in protein recipe that is formulated to promote the most optimal metabolic state for dogs, which is ketosis. We have 95% meat, bone, and organ in all of our 5 flavors: chicken, beef, turkey, lamb, and duck, and everything is sourced responsibly with organic produce. And while our passion is offering tools and resources to pet parents and our veterinarian partners in their battle against really common chronic canine diseases like cancer, diabetes, and epilepsy, we also formulate our food for dogs and puppies that are healthy today, and we just want to keep them that way. So how much do we feed our dogs? The best part is we have a feeding guideline and a feeding table on the back of every bag or meat cube that will be a good guide for you as a starting point. We find that most adult dogs do best when they start by eating about 2 to 2.5% of their ideal body weight. And this is really easy to do. You simply take your dog's ideal body weight and you multiply that by 2.5%. This is going to give you the amount of Bones & Co. food in pounds to feed as a starting point, and then just adjust as needed. Every dog is different, their metabolism, their age, their activity level, which is why we recommend to weigh your dog, which you could do at the vet. Many local independent pet stores where you can find our food have scales to weigh your dog about 3 to 4 times a year, just to kind of see how they're growing and adjust the food as needed. Oftentimes we find that because our food is so low in carb and very satiating, because it is rich in healthy fats and proteins, that dogs actually eat a little bit less of our food than many other brands. For puppies, which are under 18 to 12 months of age, we find that they typically do best by feeding up to double the amount, and we feed them about 3 to 4 times a day because they are growing and developing the fastest during puppyhood than any other time of their life. So it's super critical. And yes, our food is formulated for all life stages, again, from puppies to seniors. And when you weigh your dog or you're working with your vet and you find that your dog needs to gain some weight or lose some weight, we find that most dogs do best when we adjust their meal amount slowly, about 10 to 25% up or down based on what they need to have done. And to prepare the food for our dogs is even easier. Simply store the food that we're not using in the freezer. When you're ready to use it within 12 to 24 hours, I simply take it out of the freezer. I put it into like a glass Pyrex, for example, in the fridge, and I let it defrost and thaw. Once it's thawed, I use it within 3 days, but I'll take it out of the fridge. I'll let it sit on the counter for my dogs for about 30 to 45 minutes, just to let it warm up to room temperature just a little bit. You don't want to let it sit out for more than that. And then I just feed it to my dogs as is. It's really that simple. And if you have a picky dog, like I mentioned before, adding some of our raw goat milk or our goat whip or goat kefir on top of the food and letting it sit on the counter for, again, no more than about 30 minutes to let it get to room temperature a bit can really help the pickiest dog get really excited about it. And it is the same process for both our minis that come in the 3-pound bags and our patties, which come in the 18-pound bulk boxes or the 6-pound bag. And a question I'm commonly asked is, once it's defrosted in the fridge, can I refreeze it? Like, let's say I defrosted too much. And per standard safety handling guidelines, if the food is defrosted, we do not recommend to refreeze it. And that's the same whether you buy raw meat from the grocery store or our dog food. Our food, treats, and supplements are only available at local independent pet stores. So if you're looking for Bones & Co., go to your local pet shop, request Bones & Co. if you don't see it in the freezer section. And if they don't have it, they can request it from their distributor. We are available in well over 30 states and growing quickly. Now, if you have more questions, comment those down below, click that subscribe button. And if you want to learn more about keto, click the video right here. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.